Hi everyone, it's Simmer Adam here. Today I am building an upland place. I thought I would do something a little different for this video and actually talk all the way through it. In my other videos, I pretty much just gave my commentary and then left the video to be as it is. So I thought I would try something new and give a little more commentary of the video as the build goes on. So here I am. I've decided to redo EA's build because Get Famous is free for this weekend. So I thought I would do a build in Del Sol Valley. I wanted to take the shell that EA had instead of bulldozing the full lot. I actually went into this build once before and I bulldozed the whole lot, and I didn't like the size of the lot because it was really big, but I really like what EA did on the right side of the lot by having like the dirt pathway extending to the back of the lot. I thought that was a really interesting touch, and the lot can always be made bigger if you wanted it to be. So it was a hard decision to make. At the beginning I wanted this to be a 2-bedroom house, but once I ripped out the walls and started looking at the build itself, I didn't really want to add another room on. I thought I would just make this like a luxury starter home for any sim that wanted to get famous. So if you have not played through the acting career or the DJ mixing career or the video production career that came with Get Famous, I would advise giving it a go just to see how you like it. I actually really enjoyed it when I did mine. I had a family of vampires and I made one of the vampires. I had Mateo and Daquan. They were queer, and I had Daquan go through the acting career, and I really loved what the Sims team did here. Even though it kind of feels like some recycled mechanics, I think the set production was really awesome, and I really had a lot of fun going through it. And if you don't know already, once you get to the end of the career, you can actually make thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars per gig, so your Sims can get very, very rich. If you are someone who doesn't like to use money cheats like myself, I would rather try to keep the game as hard as possible. So here we are. I'm just in the bedroom adding some curtains in. I really like the bright pink or the hot pink color swatch that came with this expansion pack. I wanted to try to use it throughout the house. I do want to say that even though I used bright pink, this is not a house that a typical woman would use, but any sim can use this, even your male sims, so be free to be a little flexible with your mind and thinking that. And I wanted to tell you all a little story why we went through this speed build as well. It was about Daquan and Mateo. So I decided that I would get rid of all of the pre-made sims that exist in Del Sol Valley for the celebrity. So I know we all hate Judith Ward, so I definitely had to get rid of her. So I created my own house of celebrities, and I called them the Divas. I got to create my favorite divas ever. I created Beyonce, I created Ariana Grande, I created Lady Gaga, I created Hannah Montana, because I just think Hannah Montana is funnier than Miley Cyrus, and I was a big fan of Hannah Montana growing up, and I'm not really the biggest fan of Miley Cyrus anymore. And then the final sim that I decided to do was the Queen of Christmas herself, and that is Mariah Carey. So I really hope she comes out with some new Christmas music this year, rumor has it. I would like this year to be extra festive, because last year was pretty glum with COVID going around and not being able to see my family. I really miss them, and I hope that we can all get together for the holidays. So here I am just going through and adding a bar in the living room. I thought that would be a nice entertainment space if you had some Sims over, to try to do that networking piece that I think is really important. One of the things that I dislike about The Sims 4 is that the careers do not have family friend requirements like the previous Sims games. So I have been playing The Sims 1 a lot, and I've been having a blast. That game is very hard, but I find it so rewarding to play, and I've been watching T-Addict's Sims 1 Let's Play on YouTube, and I really love it. If you guys have not had a chance, I would definitely recommend to go check out T-Addict's channel. I think she is very funny, and I think she can inspire us all to play The Sims just a little differently. So I wanted to go back to my story about Mateo and Daquan. So when I made my household of divas, I actually wanted to get rid of all of the Sims. So I went to work with Daquan. We went to the acting career. He just got to level 10. It was maybe his second gig being at level 10, and I was trying to save up some money so they could move to Solani. So when I got to the studio lot, I found Judith Ward, and I had MC Command Center enabled. And when I clicked on her and I went through MC Command Center to kill her, I actually ended up killing my own sim, and that was pretty jarring for me to sit there and watch my sim die. I decided that it would be a much more interesting story if that happened, since I am doing a legacy challenge with my vampire household, just to have Daquan die and have Mateo raise their son by himself. It was really nice because then I could say that Mateo decided to give up his vampirism with the loss of his husband, or with the sudden loss of his husband. He decided to return back to his mortal life so he could grow up with his son, and his son would have someone there to grow old with him. So I thought that was a really nice twist that I wasn't expecting to carry out, but if you've played any of the previous Sims games, you'll know that your Sims died pretty often from just random events that would always happen, and that was just kind of a part of the game. It's like you kind of had to accept that your Sims might die and that might not be in your control, and I think that's one of the faults of The Sims 4 is that, you know, you are in so much control that if your Sims do die, it's mainly by your doing, and it doesn't really shake up your stories very often. So I just wanted to share that story with you guys about the time that I tried to kill Judith Ward and ended up killing my own sim. It just makes me hate Judith Ward even more, to be honest. So going back to the build, I went ahead and I decided to change the color of the counters in the bathroom and in the kitchen to this nice blue color. I tried to use all wallpapers and all floorings from Get Famous, and I decided to update the outside of the house with this nice brick and this dark foundation. Like I said, I was trying to use everything from just base game and Get Famous. So now that I'm pretty much done with the inside, I'll go ahead and kind of walk through the outside and give you guys some tips if you're looking to improve your landscaping skills. So I always believe that keeping it more simple is better. Here I'm just adding a pool in. When I say simple is better, I think that these lots can get very crowded, and if you get really invested in a lot of detail with your gardening, it can actually slow down your game. So if you haven't noticed, the more objects you have on a lot, the longer the loading times will be. And if you're like me, I require my Sims to get out of the house every time I play them. So I do a rotational playing order of my Sims 4, and every time I play them for 1 week, and everyone has to leave the house at least once during that rotation. So I just wanted to give you all that tip of keeping the objects to a minimum will help increase or decrease your loading times. So here I'm just building a nice patio area. I think it's always nice to have this option if your Sims want to hang outside or hang by the pool and get some food. I think it can make a lot of realism in the summer. I think Seasons and The Sims 4 is one of the best Seasons packs that we've ever had, and I love making sure that my Sims can get outside. I decided to block off that back fence because I don't know why someone would keep that open if they wanted to, you know, keep their home safe and not have it just open to anybody. So here I'm just going through and I'm adding the decals on the bottom of the pool. I know there's already pre-made ones, but I wanted to stick to the Just Famous, and I think this is like a carpet lining that I'm using, but I think it looked really pretty on the bottom of the pool, so I decided to go with that. In a second you'll see me change it to pink because I wanted it to match this pool trim outline that I put in. I think it's really awesome that the Sims team paid close attention to the effects that the water has. If you see, it's kind of blurry. I really wanted to change this to the bright pink color, but eventually I decided to go back with the chlorinated blue basic water that comes. So here I'm just going through and adding just some basic landscaping in. Thought I would extend this tree line a little bit, and then I go through and add some hedges just around the front. I do add a little fountain in the front as well. I thought that was really charming and really cute, and I think it looks really good at nighttime as well. And I think that one of the things that I think makes The Sims 4 so great is the power that comes with the building tools, and I'm really excited to see what The Sims 5 brings. I hope that is a complete revamping of The Sims themselves from The Sims 4. I really love The Sims and The Sims 2. I think they felt so personal and so real and funny, and I just felt like I emotionally connected with them more. I don't feel like I'm as emotionally connected with my Sims in The Sims 4 just because everyone's void of personality because of the emotion system. So that will go ahead and just wrap up this video. I do want to thank you all so much for watching. In a second we'll jump into those screenshots. But here I am just going through and editing the doors and the banisters just to add a little bit of more flair to the build. If you did like this video at all, I do encourage you to like the video so that more people can see it. Please give me any feedback or comments down below. I would really love some feedback on the builds to know how I'm doing and what you guys would like to see. I think that would be really awesome. And if you know somebody that wants some building tips or wants to be a better builder in The Sims, please let me know, because I do upload all of these to the galleries and I would love to help you guys with your builds as well. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Sul.